Right, so you know how everyone's always banging on about SEO, paid ads, all the usual suspects for affiliate traffic, yeah? But what if I told you there's this massive, untapped reservoir of potential customers just lurking in the shadows? It's called dark social, and it's absolutely brilliant for affiliates.
Dark social. Hey, I've heard the term before, mostly in general marketing discussions, but for affiliates, that's super interesting. What exactly are we talking about here, James? Are we talking about encrypted chats or something? Because, that sounds a bit clandestine almost.
Not clandestine in a dodgy way, Emma, don't you worry. Think more private. It's essentially all the shares and conversations that happen outside of public trackable social media channels. So your WhatsApp groups, private Facebook communities, Slack channels, Telegram chats, even email forwards between friends. Bits and bobs like that, where people are sharing content, products, recommendations, but it's not visible to the wider world or easily trackable by analytics tools. It's where genuine, organic conversations happen.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So it's like word of mouth on steroids, but digital, right? And it's dark because marketers can't really see it? That makes sense. But then how does an affiliate even begin to, well, leverage something that's by definition hidden? That sounds like a proper challenge.
Exactly. It is a challenge, and that's precisely why it's an unconventional growth hack. Most affiliates are still chasing the algorithmic dragon on public platforms, but the real magic happens in these trusted, smaller circles. We're talking about really nurturing those connections. It's not about blasting links everywhere. It's about becoming a trusted voice within these niche, private communities. That's the key, really. It builds something far more powerful than a quick click.
Okay, trusted voice in a niche private community. That really resonates with me because, authenticity is everything. But why, in the grand scheme of affiliate marketing, is this dark social approach and these micro communities so much more valuable than, say, just getting a ton of traffic from a YouTube review or a blog post? What's the long-term play here, James?
Brilliant question, Emma. Absolutely spot on. The thing is, well, the click from a YouTube review, whilst valuable, is often transactional. It's a quick hit. With dark social and micro communities, you're not just getting a click, you're building an asset. You're cultivating a genuine relationship with a highly engaged audience who explicitly trust each other and, by extension, trust you. Think about it. A community, a really active one, is resilient. It's not subject to algorithm changes or advertising costs going through the roof. It's a direct line to your most passionate potential customers. When you recommend a product within that trusted circle, the conversion rates are often significantly higher because the social proof, the peer validation, is inherently built in. It's not just you saying something's good, it's you within a group of trusted peers saying it.
Wow. So it's like these aren't just one-time customers. They're becoming like repeat buyers or even advocates for you and the products you recommend because they're part of this tight-knit group. That actually sounds incredibly powerful. It's a completely different mindset than just optimizing for clicks and conversions on public platforms.
Precisely. It's about shifting from a transactional mindset to a relational one. These micro-communities become a foundational pillar of your affiliate business. They offer stability, loyalty, and a much higher lifetime value to their customer. They're not just leads, they're your tribe. And a tribe, well, a tribe sticks together, don't they? They're your ultimate long-term asset.
Okay, I'm sold on the why. This sounds like a really smart long-term strategy. But now for the how. How does someone even, find these dark spots or initiate a presence in these niche communities? It feels a bit like trying to find a needle in a haystack if they're, by definition, not publicly visible or easily searchable.
That's where the unconventional bit really comes into play, Emma. It's not about searching Google. It's about intelligence gathering and existing connections. First, think about your niche. Really drill down. What are the specific problems people in your niche are trying to solve? Where do they hang out when they don't want to be seen by marketers?
This could be specific subreddits, but not the main ones, the really niche ones. It could be industry-specific Slack groups, private Facebook groups that are vetted, Discord servers for gamers or specific hobbyists, even old-school forums that are still incredibly active. Sometimes it's even just asking your existing audience, hey, where do you guys go for real talk about X? People are surprisingly willing to share these trusted spaces if you approach it right.
So it's less about broad strokes and more about really targeted, almost ethnographic research, like understanding your audience's habits on a super deep level. And then once you've found one or two of these spots, how do you even get in? You can't just, barge in and drop affiliate links, right? That would be a surefire way to get booted instantly.
Bloody hell no. Absolutely not. That's a one-way ticket to being blacklisted. The entry strategy is crucial. You join, you observe, and crucially, you contribute value without expecting anything in return. Answer questions, offer genuine advice, share your own non-promotional insights, become a known, helpful entity in that community first. It's a slow burn for sure, but the dividends are enormous when that trust starts to build. It's like proving your worth before you even think about mentioning a product. Okay, so the first rule of Dark Social Affiliate Club is don't talk about affiliate links. Just kidding, but you know what I mean. You get in, you observe, you become a helpful member. But how long do you have to do that for, James? And what kind of value are we even talking about? Like, do I just pop in and say good morning, or do I need to be dropping profound insights every single day?
It's not about a fixed timeline, Emma. It's about genuine engagement. You're not ticking a box, you're building a reputation. As for what kind of value, it depends entirely on the community and its needs. Is it a group of new parents? Share tips on sleep training you've genuinely found useful, or resources you've stumbled upon. Is it about software developers? Share a clever workaround you discovered or a coding challenge you solved. The goal is to become an indispensable, trusted resource within that specific niche. It's about solving problems, really.
You're positioning yourself as an expert, a fellow enthusiast, someone who genuinely cares about the community's well-being. This is where your deep understanding of your niche comes in. Your value bombing, as I like to call it. Just dropping bombs of pure, unadulterated helpfulness. No strings attached, initially. People remember that. They start to ask you questions. That's when you know you're making headway.
Right, so it's like being the most helpful person at a party, rather than the one trying to sell pyramid schemes, you know? You just want to connect. But what about if someone asks you for a recommendation? Is that like the green light to introduce an affiliate link? Or is there still a really delicate line there?
That, my friend, is exactly the tipping point. When someone directly asks you for a recommendation or for a tool that solves a problem you know an affiliate product addresses, that's your organic entry point. And even then, it's not a hard sell. It's a, hey, for that particular problem, I've had really good luck with X, and here's why. You still want to offer value and context, not just a bare link. It feels natural, because it is natural, born out of trust. Okay, so we've been value bombing, we've built trust, and now someone's actually asked for a recommendation. This feels like the make or break moment. How do you make that transition from a helpful community member to an affiliate without it feeling, well, clunky or like you suddenly have dollar signs in your eyes? It's like a really fine line to walk.
It absolutely is a fine line, Emma, and it's all about seamless integration and transparency. When someone asks, what tool do you use for X, or can you recommend a course on Y, you don't just paste a raw affiliate link, you provide context. You say, oh, for X, I've personally found product A to be really effective because it does A, B, and C so well. I use it myself, actually. You explain why it's a good fit for their specific problem. Then, and only then, you can gently introduce the link. Perhaps say, if you're interested, you can check it out here, or full disclosure, that's an affiliate link, but it's genuinely what I recommend. The honesty builds even more trust. It's about empowering them with the best solution, not just pushing a product. And often, these recommendations come with a mini review attached because you've already had that experience with the product.
So it's really about being a genuine resource, not just a referrer. And the full disclosure part is super important, I think, especially in these private spaces where trust is paramount. It sounds like the traffic isn't really generated in the traditional sense. It's more guided from within the trusted conversation.
Spot on. Guided is the perfect word. It's an unconventional handoff. You're not actively generating traffic externally and driving it in. You're nurturing an internal stream of highly qualified, pre-warmed leads who are already looking for solutions and trust your judgment. This isn't cold traffic, Emma. It's practically boiling. And because it's coming from such a trusted source, the conversion rates are often astronomical compared to typical ad traffic.
This whole process, you see, it creates a much more sustainable and sticky affiliate business. You're building advocates, not just customers. And those advocates, they go on to, well, refer others, creating a beautiful organic growth loop. It's really quite clever when you think about it. Okay, so we've got these warm leads. They trust us. They're asking for recommendations. That's like already half the battle, right? But are there any specific advanced conversion psychology tricks that you can, like, ethically sprinkle into this dark social approach to really seal the deal, without being pushy? Because even with trust, people can still hesitate.
Absolutely, Emma. That's a brilliant point. The beauty of the trusted community is that it amplifies these psychological triggers when used correctly. Take scarcity, for instance. In a traditional setting, it can feel a bit manufactured. But in a private group, if you genuinely know of a time-limited offer or a product with limited stock that truly benefits the community, sharing that information can be incredibly helpful. You might say, "Hey everyone, just a heads up, I heard product X is doing a flash sale for the next 24 hours, which is quite rare. If you've been considering it, now might be the time." It's presented as helpful insider info, not a desperate sales tactic. The key is that it has to be genuine and relevant to the community's needs. Otherwise, you'll break that trust you've worked so hard to build. It's about being their early bird alert system.
Right. So it's providing a service almost by letting them know about a genuinely good deal they might miss. And what about social proof? Because, the whole community aspect is already built on social proof, isn't it?
Spot on. The community is the social proof. When you recommend something and then other members chime in saying, "Oh yeah, I use that too, it's brilliant," or "I was skeptical, but James was right, it really works," that's organic social proof right there. You don't have to invent testimonials. It happens naturally within these trusted conversations. You can even proactively ask, "Has anyone else had good experiences with X?" to spark that discussion.
The knowledge that their peers, whom they trust, are also using and benefiting from a product you recommend, well, it accelerates the decision-making process significantly. It removes buyer's remorse effectively. It's about leveraging that collective wisdom, really, but always, always ethically, and never in a pushy way. The trust comes first. You're bang on, Emma. Ethically and genuinely, which I think is absolutely crucial, especially when we're talking about these, more private, intimate spaces. It feels like there's a higher bar for transparency and authenticity here. What are some of the key ethical considerations affiliates absolutely must keep in mind when navigating dark social communities?
You're bang on, Emma. The ethical compass here is paramount. The moment you start sacrificing authenticity for a quick buck, you obliterate everything you've built. First and foremost, never, ever recommend something you haven't genuinely used, vetted, or wouldn't personally recommend to a close friend. If you haven't tried it or it's rubbish, don't touch it. Your reputation is your currency here.
Secondly, always be transparent about affiliate links, even in private conversations. A simple, "full disclosure, this is an affiliate link," or "just so you know, I might earn a small commission if you buy through my link, but I truly believe in this product," is enough. People appreciate honesty. They really do. It shows you respect them and the community's integrity. trying to hide it, well, that's just foolish.
So it's not just about legal compliance, but really about maintaining the spirit of the community, like respecting the space and the people in it. And what about avoiding manipulative language or pressure tactics? I feel like that would be especially jarring in a friendly conversational environment.
Precisely. Avoid any sort of FOMO-driven buy now or miss out forever language unless there is a genuine time-sensitive reason. The trust you've built allows you to speak plainly and honestly. You don't need to resort to psychological manipulation. The goal isn't to trick them into buying, it's to guide them to a solution that genuinely helps them, and you happen to earn a commission for that guidance.
And crucially, if a product turns out to be not great, or if your opinion changes, be prepared to admit that to the community. That level of honesty solidifies your position as a trusted advisor, not just a salesperson. Your commitment to the community's best interests should always outweigh the potential commission from a single sale. That's true ethical scaling.
Okay, so we've established the trust, we're making ethical recommendations, and it's working in, say, one or two micro communities. But how do you scale this, James? Because, being an active, genuine member in multiple private groups sounds like a massive time commitment. How do you go from one dark spot to a whole network of influence without, spreading yourself too thin?
Excellent point, Emma. It's definitely not about just joining 50 groups and spamming them all. That's the antithesis of this strategy. Scaling with dark social is more about replication and empowerment. Once you've successfully built a strong presence in one or two key communities, you start to identify other similar, highly engaged groups in related niches. You're looking for spaces where your expertise can genuinely add value, not just any random group.
The key is to document your process. What worked in that first group? What kind of value did you provide? Which types of questions did you answer effectively? You create a template, almost, for engaging. And then you can either replicate that process yourself, but more importantly, you can start to empower others.
Empower others? What do you mean? Like bring on other people to represent you in these groups? That sounds like it could get tricky with the authenticity aspect.
Not necessarily represent you, but rather share your methodology with trusted partners or even well-trained virtual assistants who are deeply knowledgeable about the niche. Or, if you run your own private community, you empower your most engaged members to become informal advocates. You create an environment where sharing genuine recommendations is encouraged and rewarded, either directly or indirectly. Ultimately, scaling isn't about your presence in every single chat. It's about becoming a central, trusted hub that resources other hubs. It's about establishing such a strong reputation for value that people naturally seek you out, or they refer others to your curated resources, which then often contain your affiliate links. It's building a web of trust rather than just, spreading out thinly like butter on toast. It's far more resilient. That's a really interesting way to think about scaling. It's not just about reaching more people, but about deepening the connections. So, from a really long-term perspective, James, why does this community-driven, dark social approach offer more resilience and, future-proofing for an affiliate business compared to relying solely on traditional methods?
Right, well, the biggest vulnerability for most affiliates, Emma, is their reliance on external platforms, Emma. Think about it. Google changes its algorithm, Facebook updates its ad policies, a social media platform falls out of favor. Suddenly, your entire traffic source can vanish overnight, yeah? And that's absolutely terrifying for a business. With a strong, engaged micro-community, you're not solely dependent on those external forces. You've built a direct relationship, a loyal audience that's invested in you and your recommendations. If Facebook suddenly charges an arm and a leg for group access, your core community will likely just migrate to another platform with you. They follow you, not the platform.
So it's like having your own, a bit of independent real estate on the internet, even if it's within someone else's platform initially. It's less about the channel and more about the connection. That makes so much sense for long-term stability.
Precisely. This approach cultivates a highly resilient, sticky audience. They're not just looking for a product, they're looking for your trusted guidance. You become an authority, a go-to resource. And that level of trust, that personal brand equity, is incredibly difficult to erode. It's an asset that compounds over time, making your affiliate business far more robust and adaptable to future changes in the market or technology.
It's a foundational strategy, really, that secures your position for years to come. You're building a community, and that community is far more powerful and sustainable than any fleeting algorithm hack. You're future-proofing your business by investing in people, Emma, and that's always a winning strategy. Always. Okay, James, this has been incredibly insightful, like truly a game changer for how I'm thinking about affiliate marketing. For our listeners who are feeling inspired to dive into dark social and start building these micro communities, what's one immediate, actionable step they can take today, like to get the ball rolling?
Right, Emma. So the absolute first thing is to do a deep dive into your existing audience or your ideal customer. Don't just think about where they are publicly. Ask yourself, or even better, ask them, where do you go for truly honest, unfiltered advice about your niche topic? Is it a private Discord server, a specific niche Facebook group, a Telegram channel? Identify one or two of those dark spots where genuine conversations are happening. Then, and this is crucial, don't go in with sales on your mind. Just join, observe, read the room, understand the culture, the common questions, the pain points. And for your first few interactions, just provide genuine, non-promotional value. Answer a question, share a helpful insight, welcome a new member. Just be a good citizen of that digital space. The affiliate part, well, that comes much, much later, after you've built trust. Small steps, but significant ones.
So it's really about slowing down and genuinely investing in relationships before anything else, becoming a valued member first. I love that. It's a completely different rhythm, but it feels so much more sustainable.
Absolutely. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but the rewards are profound. This isn't about quick wins. It's about building an enduring, resilient affiliate empire rooted in genuine trust and community. And that, Emma, is the ultimate unconventional growth hack, isn't it? It truly transforms your affiliate game. Cheers for having me on. Always a pleasure.
No, thank you, James, for sharing all this incredible insight. It's been, super valuable. And to our listeners, good luck with finding your own dark social gold mines. We'll catch you next time on